Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Please introduce myself. My name is Danar Susanto from National Standardization Agency of Indonesia. Today I will present my manuscript about support of standard and conformity assessment based in Indonesia Industrial Revolution 4.0. In introduction, this is the global economy is currently at the peak of the major changes in the form of digitalization in various sectors of life, which is called the Industrial Revolution 4.0. The emergence of this industrial revolution in the form of digitalization in various sectors of life called the Industrial Revolution 4.0, which is a rapid transformation and availability of information from all aspects of the industry through the incorporation of sophisticated digital technology to educate human resources. The Industrial Revolution will fundamentally change the way of life, work, and relate to another in the scale, scope, and complexity. The transformation that is happening is different from what humans have experienced before. ER 4.0 can increase the average per capita income in the world, improve the quality of life of people, and extend the lifespan of humans. In an effort to face the vision of Industrial Revolution 4.0 in Indonesia, the Ministry of Industry has compiled the Making Indonesia 4.0 initiative to implement the ER 4.0 roadmap and strategy in Indonesia. In the implementation of ER 4.0 in general, there are 5 major challenges will be faced, namely the aspect of knowledge, technology, economic, social, and politics. In order to answer these challenges, support and strategic efforts are needed from the regulators, government, academic, and practitioners. One of the support of Revolution 4.0 is standardization and conformity assessment. These are important aspects of technology development. Issues of standard and conformity assessment are always associated with product internationalization and trade relations, both national and international. Standardization and conformity assessment consists of the aspect of metrology, standards, and the conformity assessment. Metrology, standards, conformity assessment are the 3 pillars of the support destination competitiveness through the sustainable development. These 3 pillars have been used by developed countries to support their country economy in competing in the global market. In this regard, the purpose of the study is to determine the support of the standard and conformity assessment in the facing of Industrial Revolution 4.0 in Indonesia. This is about the literature review. A quality infrastructure can be defined as an integrated network of people, systems, and organizations involved in this research, development, and promotion of the quality of goods, services, and the process through the 3 pillars which include the standardization, conformity assessment, and the metrology. The 3 pillars of the quality processes are interrelated with one another. Weaknesses in the pillar will damage the entire structure of the quality infrastructure. This is about metrology, include other activities needed to be able to carry out the correct measurement, traceable, and recognized into the national, regional, and the international levels to create mutual trust between the parties who carry out the having interest in the measurement. About standardization is the process for planning, formulating, for monitoring, and the application of standard. The conformity assessment is an activity to assess the goods, service, system, process, and personnel have fulfilled the reference requirement. And about ER 4.0 covers a variety of sophisticated technology with Indonesia focusing in 5 sectors, namely in food, beverage, textile, clothing, automotive, chemistry, and the electronic. This is about research method in this manuscript in this research. This research is method used by descriptive-analytic. Descriptive-analytic is used to illustrate how the existence and availability of metrology standard and conformity assessment in supporting of ER 4.0 in Indonesia. The type data is secondary data obtained from various literature including ER 4.0 policy, Data of the Ministry of Industry. List of the SNI, Indonesian National Standard and Conformity Assessment Body from the National Standardization Agency of Indonesia and the National Accreditation Body of Indonesia. The data analytic technique uses the qualitative descriptive distributions of the fact to occur from the several sources that illustrate to standardization and conformity assessment supporting ER from procedural data obtained. About discussion of this manuscript about metrology. Metrology is divided into the scientific, industrial, and legal metrology. We focus on industrial metrology. Industrial metrology is the measurement in the production process to control of product quality. This activity includes the calibration procedure and the calibration interval, controlling the measurement process and the managing of measurement requirement. The calibration activities should be carried out by the calibration laboratories accredited by National Accreditation Committee or CAN. Certificates for the calibration laboratories issued by CAN have been recognized by the country of the Asia-Pacific region and the international. There are currently 220 calibration laboratories accredited by CAN. About SNI, the Indonesian National Standard. Standards are not only associated with the technical criteria concerning the specification of good or service, but also concerning of terminology, specification, sample inspection, testing analysis, limiting variation, grade, code of practice and packaging, conservation, shipping, and various sectors. The application of standard provides the benefit for business actors who implement them by the increasing the level of quality, safety, reliability, and the efficiency of production, and give out the knowledge, technology, and mutual understanding, and reduce the risk. The application of standard and product process by business actors can increase the competitiveness of the product, both in the domestic and international market. This is about the table about availability of Indonesian National Standard in nine classification by ICS, International Classification for Standard. Number one, about agriculture and food technology, construction, electronic, engineering, general health, material technology, special technology, and the food transportation and distribution. There is so many SNI about the related to nine classification in this table. We focus on conformity assessment body. There is one standard as issue basis in the transaction process. The transaction pertains to relevant objective evidences to show that the requirement outlined in the standard are fulfilled by product, process, and service being transacted. To evaluate the accessibility, the conformity assessment body is carried out. Conformity assessment is a general term used to describe the all activity aimed at providing evidence that a product, process, and service meet the requirement specified in standard. This is a table of the conformity assessment body accredited by CAN. This is about 1940 CIB conformity assessment body about testing laboratory, calibration, proficiency, anti-verification, and validation or greenhouse gas verification. This is about the support of the standardization and conformity assessment body facing ER 1.0. This is according with the initiative of the Ministry of Industry of the Republic of Indonesia, constantly making Indonesia 4.0. This is about 5 main sectors like food and beverage, textile and product textile, automotive, chemistry, and electronic. There is about SNE related to the 5 sectors. Like the number 1 food and beverage, number of ACS in 67, about food technology, and the SNI 1557, and the total of SNE related to 5 sectors of ER Industrial Revolution 4.0 is 4,270 SNI related to 5 sectors. About support of the standard and conformity assessment, there is accountability assessment can be applied by industry as an additional to product competitiveness to combat the national and global trade, while they especially related to information security, resource management, logistics, infrastructure, and industrial process 4.0. There are 220 SNI that support to guarantee the quality, safety, and security in using innovative technology. The application of SNE becomes very important. Without standard, technology, and product, our system innovation cannot work in harmony. A standard can be applied with a conformity assessment body currently decided by ACAN as many 1,940 laboratories can support the application of this standard. A country based in Indonesia, calibrations Indonesia in the International Cooperation Forum between accreditation bodies, namely the International Accreditation Forum, Pacific Accreditation Cooperation, International Laboratory Accreditation Cooperation, and Asia Pacific Laboratory Accreditation Cooperation. The focus of the cooperation carried out by this organization is the mutual recognition agreement, the result of the certification, testing, inspection, and etc., which are referred to as the mutual recognition arrangement or mutual recognition arrangement. The advantage of the mutual recognition is that this reduces by potential for the recertification or re-examination of goods and services when they're moving from one country to another. Whereas metrology as in the upstream of standardization and assessment activity will ensure that every measurement or conformity assessment activity gives correct, reliable result, and in the context of globalization can be recognized and traceable internationally. And the last but conclusion, there is standardization conformity assessment consists of metrology, standard, and conformity assessment as a national quality infrastructure can support Industry Revolution 4.0. Indonesia ER 4.0 has main sector, namely food and beverage, textile, clothing, automotive, chemical, and electronic. This sector is the main sector because of the Indonesia largest export volume. In support of the sector, Indonesia has 4,270 SNS with 1,940 CIBs that can be support the application of these SNIs, including 220 calibration laboratories accredited by CAN. Metrology support in the form of guaranteed measurement results that are correct, trust, traceable, and international recognized. Standard will make a product have more competitiveness in the combating the national and international trade. Conformity assessment infrastructure as an institution will assess and ensure that good service system, process, and personnel meet the reference requirement. The result of the assessment conducted by the conformity assessment body accredited by CAN will be more accepted by customers both domestically and globally. Thank you.